I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. Now, I need your help. I need you to go to my GoFundMe campaign. I'm going to put a link in the description box below. I need you to go there and donate to my campaign so I could do this show full time instead of just part time. I forgot to mention this earlier, but I did read an article on yahoonews.com. So I use Yahoo instead of Google. Don't fucking use Google because they censor progressive news outlets. But I found a good article about Biden wishes he ran for president 2016. Then I was looking through my history because I didn't bookmark it. I thought, man, it's a good article, but I wasn't immediately thinking I was going to make a news video out of it. But then I was looking for it a little bit earlier today. I was digging and I just couldn't find it. Then I went in to search in Yahoo for that article. I couldn't find it. I even went through my history, so I need to rant about how Yahoo News they need to fix their algorithms because I can't fucking find their news articles when I read something and then later on I go and search for it, even through my history. So they got some fucking problems that they need to fix. Because if I'm looking for a Yahoo News article, if I search in Yahoo, it should pop up some Yahoo News articles that they're sending through their feed. So of course I also need to actually go to the Yahoo News section of their site and then type in the search I'm looking for. But that shit still don't be popping up like it needs to. So I just need to rant about how Yahoo News is like hiding their own news content. Because sometimes I really like to talk about their news articles. Okay, I got a news story for you, and it's about Joe Biden. Because over the last, I think, week or so, he just released his new book, or he got interviewed, and his book got released a few days ago. And over that last week or two, he's been going around campaigning. Well, he's mostly just been talking about the situation that's been going on with him getting over his son's death and that sort of thing. And honestly, he's also campaigning, doing some early campaigning, talking about, I might run in 2020. I'm thinking about it. And I just want to tell you guys that Joe Biden, you're just full of fucking shit. You will not have fucking won if you ran in 2016. Because of course, we know that he's not even saying one lick about anything about how the DNC primaries was rigged against everybody and it was rigged for Hillary Clinton, especially since Hillary Clinton ran the DNC since 2015. Since around August 2015, she ran it. He hasn't said one word about that at all. And yet he wants to talk about in this interview. I'm going to embed the interview in the video.
In the candid sit-down, Biden sounding more and more like someone who may still want to run.
I have a regret that I am not president because I think there's so much opportunity. I think America is so incredibly well positioned.
Biden explaining to Oprah why he didn't run in 2016.
Oprah, no woman or man should announce they're running for president unless they can answer two questions.
Yeah.
One, do they truly believe they're the most qualified person for that moment? I believed I was. But was I prepared to be able to give my whole heart, my whole soul, and all my attention to the endeavor? And I knew I wasn't.
At the time, the Biden family was reeling from the loss of their son, Beau, who died of brain cancer at the age of 46.
But he talks about he regrets not being president. You wouldn't have fucking won. Because Hillary Clinton and her supporters and the corporate media machine wanted to smear Bernie Sanders about how he was misogynistic and his voters were misogynistic. Just because they wanted to campaign against Hillary Clinton. Just because Hillary's a woman doesn't mean she's supposed to win the fucking nomination. So that's how they ran the primaries against Bernie Sanders, who actually wanted to help out women and do things like make minimum wage, a living wage at $15 an hour, versus Hillary, she wanted to talk about, oh yeah, well, $15 an hour is a good wage, but actually, and then just later on that sentence, she would talk about, oh yeah, well, we want to make it reasonable, so we're going to do $12 an hour. So I've actually watched her do that at one point in the Democratic primaries, and it's fucking garbage. Just watching her go from $15 an hour to just saying she wants $12 an hour like 3 minutes later in the same conversation. So of course Joe and then Hillary Clinton and the corporate media would have ripped you fucking apart over you getting all too handsy and a little too inappropriate with the women, because we know you're a little too inappropriate with the women sometimes. So she would have ripped you apart about how you're groping women and you're touching women and you're too handsy and you're that creepy uncle that can't lead the country because you're going to be inappropriate with your staff. You're going to be inappropriate with maybe some of the legislators in Congress, that sort of thing. And if you have to go talk to any voters for any, publicity events, you do the same thing, and you make too many women uncomfortable. That's not presidential. You'd have been ripped apart for that. And the donors, they weren't behind you. They were already behind Hillary. So the rest of the establishment would have been pushing back against you too. Not to mention that your policies, and that's the most important part, your policies were just the fucking same as Hillary Clinton's. So you wouldn't have been able to really differentiate yourself policy-wise from them. They were already sold a bill of goods about how Hillary was the chosen one to get the nomination over Bernie Sanders. Don't forget Martin O'Malley, Joe Webb, Lincoln Chafee. I think there's one other guy that ran too. So you wouldn't have fucking won, Joe. That's the fucking truth. Because even now, right now, you're talking about how you want to have common sense solutions that are going to help the working class. So I got this from thenation.com, and he talks about how he increases standard of living for working class people by increasing access to education, job training, and expanding access to capital. So you wasn't going to do a goddamn thing. You just want to give them a little bit of lip fucking service. While as you were also pushing that you really wanted the TPP to be passed. And all the voters in Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, all those people in those states, they did not want the TPP being passed. And whilst you want to claim that you would have been better and you would have been able to beat Hillary Clinton, all your policies were the same. And the TPP is one of the policy measures that Donald Trump ran against, that he was not going to pass the TPP, and a lot of people cheered it because those people in those Midwestern states know that NAFTA really killed their jobs and killed a lot of their middle class income that they used to have, but they don't have anymore. Because it's not just that those jobs were shipped out overseas, but new businesses or the government didn't create any well-paying jobs to replace those. So Joe, all I'm hearing is that you wanted to run and you wish you were president because you want the power. You want to have that big title. You want to have all that prestige, a nice paycheck from the federal government. You want to have all that power to be able to make legislative changes. But you would have been doing the same shit that Hillary Clinton would have been doing if she won. You would have been doing the same shit Barack Obama, George Bush, Bill Clinton, etc., have been doing. And the people of the United States are tired of the same old bullshit neoliberal policies that you would have been running on. Not that you would have been running too hard on them, because you haven't really talked about that shit when you talk about how you wish you ran in 2016 and you might run in 2020. We know you're going to run in 2020 and you're going to get your ass handed to you. So I think you should run. You should run, get your ass handed to you, so all of us could say, we told you so. You're not what a lot of the voters want. Because we need some progressive policies that are going to uplift the poor and the working class people of the United States. And honestly, around the fucking world. Because this shit isn't just happening in the US. It's happening in Canada, Mexico, all over the fucking Europe. It's all over the fucking world. So I'll be waiting for you to put your nomination in later on.